Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Terry Lee, pure visionary, psychic medium. And once again, we gather together. And once again, we share. And today's going to be a very special show. And I just will tell you the story about it as people are coming in. Hi, Kendra. Nice to see you. As people are coming in, this is going to be a discussion. And we're going to be able to take information that's given to us to present today and discuss it and learn from it. I did have a message from my guides 3 years ago. They gave me a very clear message about the age of a jar of bees. And that show is still up on YouTube. The age of a jar of bees. And when I asked them, okay, so what's this age of the jar of bees about? They said a jar of bees, and I had to look it up later to confirm, but a jar of bees, when someone tips over the jar of bees, all hell breaks loose. So I don't know if any of you can relate to it. I'll tell you, I'm reminded of it quite frequently these days. And the guides began to bring this back on me again because I began to experience things with all of this emotional energy. Hi, Amy War Princess. Good to see you. With all of this emotional energy, we have got energy coming from the sun, energy coming from input from all over the world. We have energy coming from the news, from your phone. It's from your neighbors, from your friends. It's everywhere. Everything is energy. And that's what we need to focus on. And today we're going to talk a lot about energy. The guides began to nudge me about doing this presentation again. And I said, I've already done it. Can I just take that show from the record and, maybe edit it a little bit and put it back up? And they're like, no. They gave me a strong no on that. And then I said, well, why? Being the lazy one I am, I'm like, why? I mean, it had good information and they're like, shh, because the energies are different now. Because we have additions to the message that you gave. Now, that show was 3 years ago. They asked me to give it again last year, and that one's on YouTube as well. So I was kind of like baffled, and I'm like, well, okay. I double checked with them, and they're like, yes. And then a few days after that, I completely understood why. I was like, all right, this is a level of energy, certainly. Certainly, most certainly, we have come to this planet at this time. We are here for a purpose. We are here for a reason. We are eternal souls. Everything the Creator creates expands, and we are destined to expand and learn and grow. It's very important that all of you remember this because it helps center you. So that's what the guides are encouraging me to start with today as we begin to talk and people are coming in, or if you're watching this later. Blessings to all of you because your energies, your support, all of us together, this makes a very powerful force for the messages that are coming across today. And I hope that you'll take them in and I hope that you'll comment. By the way, I think I'm going to show my comments on the stage. Nice. So those of you that watch this later, maybe on the television, can see what the comments are easily. I love it. They're making good progress with our new things for YouTube. So that's great. Let's use them. Hi, Mary Clem TK6KR. Thank you for joining us. And as I said, love and blessings to you all. And this is going to be a different show. Now, I will take questions from the chat, but only questions regarding what we are going to be talking about today. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put that up. People are coming in. Hopefully, they'll understand that and not get too upset about it. If you want to ask a question about a spiritual question, about discernment or connecting with your guides, or any of the things that I'm going to talk to you about today, please feel free. I'm going to try to keep my eyes on all of the live chat so that I can entertain your questions and help all of you. And we're all going to have some input on this, I'm sure. The last time I did this show, many people told their ideas about being secure and independent, and they were very useful. And some I took to heart and added them to my list of things to pay attention to. So I'm going to leave this up for just a little while. I hope it doesn't annoy you too much, and get back to the comments. All right. Thank you. All right. So here we are. Here we are. We chose to come here. I know, I know. We're all human and spiritual immortal beings at the same time. So there's going to be days when you go, really? Really? Yes, really. We all chose to be here at this time for a reason and a purpose. Thank you very much, Kendra. I'm going to take that banner down and put Kendra's comment up because it's great. Okay. Your comments are all appreciated today, and we're all going to enlighten each other together and share what we're learning and how we're growing. Uh, Mary, I am not going to do any predictions today. And as we get a little further into what the guides gave me, you'll understand why. But we're not going to do predictions. What we're going to do is what is given to us at this point in time to take care of ourselves and our family and our energy and our spiritual vitality. Vitality. I know we're all feeling kind of worn out right now. Excuse me, I almost dropped my Labrador heart. We're all kind of worn out right now, but there's a way to bolster up our energy. Okay. And Amy, Warrior Princess, love your question, but we're not going to take questions, personal questions like that today. If you want to ask some way to get guidance from your guides, or we're going to talk about this information, and if you have a question about that, then we'll entertain it. Great. Well, thank you so much, Kendra. That's beautiful. And if you're just coming in, hi, Tamer. We are having a live discussion today about where we are. And we're going to start with spirituality, y'all, because that's what we are. And that's why we're here. It's so funny. I printed this out like a long time ago, and the guys brought it to my attention today and asked me to read it to you today. This is from Frank Fool's Crow of the Lakota. It's the Elder's Meditation of the Day, and I present this to you. And thank you, Kendra, for spreading that message. And I present this to you as my guides brought it to my attention to give it to you today. And I ask that it blesses you. If we want to be, read over here. If we want to be of maximum use to the Creator, why we're here, we must ready ourselves to do so. If we are to become a channel for His purposes, if we are to become a channel for His purposes, we must prepare ourselves to do so. If we have resentment, fear, selfishness, or anger, we are not hollow bones. We must be rid of these things. We must change ourselves. We must ask for forgiveness for ourselves and forgive our brothers and sisters. Big one. Forgive our brothers and sisters. We must keep our insides clean. We cannot use our power in a good way when we have blockages such as hate, judgment, and envy. When we are free of these things, the higher powers can use us. Wow, that almost brings tears to my eyes. Thank you, guides. Okay, so everybody joining in, we are having a discussion today about things that we can put our hands to, things that we can do to fortify our soul, fortify our family, and take care of our pack. This is going to be very important today. So, I'm going to also give you a couple of the things that the guides gave to me in a channeled writing. And this channeled writing was 3 years ago. They knew what was coming our way. And they insisted that I present this again to you today. So the message from them was suit up. Anything approached in fear and anxiety is not going to go well. You must find that calm, inner, deep peace inside you. We think knowing what will happen will give us peace. Hey, I've been guilty of that for sure. The most powerful peace is your God creator given peace. As Master Jesus said, the peace that passes all understanding. This peaceful power of knowing who you really are can and will settle you down and help you go forward. Suit up spiritually. Prepare yourself, not out of fear and anxiety, but of common sense and a duty to yourself, your family, and those around you. And I might add, those who you have influence over. Okay, so let's just take a minute and breathe this in. We have things to do. And it's not being caught up in our anger and our fear. Actually, fear is the seed of anger. Fear is the seed of anger. So you must keep in mind that you are a soul and you requested to come and learn the power of learning from this specific lifetime on planet Earth. Okay? How you guys feeding that? Is that okay? All right. They went on to say, hone your skills for the connection to the Creator, guides and angels, your prayers, your meditation, yoga, grounding, and connecting with nature. This fortifies you and fills you up and connects you to who you really are. As we speak right now, I have a grounding pad under my bare feet. It's awesome. It was a Christmas gift to members of my family and myself and my husband this year. It is really great. Obviously, it's very cold outside. I think we're 29 degrees. Woo. A little hard to go outside barefoot. There are lots of ways that you can ground. And nature and yoga being one of them. And, bundling up and going outside and just going outside with the purpose of connecting with nature, of looking at Gaia and the synchronicity of this planet. How fantastic is that? How fantastic is that? Okay, y'all hanging with me? All right, we're going to talk about some specific ways that you can prepare. They're going to make you feel good. They're going to make you feel strong, and they're going to take your mind off the worry and unrest that's before us. Certainly, we must be dedicated to pray for those who need us. We are light workers, and we are here to uphold the energy of the Creator himself, herself. We're here to uphold that. What is that? Love, joy, strength, peace. All of these things are necessary for us to see our way clearly. If we dive into the energies that are erratic and fearful, we will be gobbled up by them and we'll experience things mentally and physically that are truly uncomfortable. Okay? All right. So we're going to go on a little Little further, they want to talk about self, yourself, self-determination, self-reliance, and self-sufficiency. Clearly see what we can do without fear and anxiety. Look around how we can take care of ourselves and our family, our pack. Self-determination, get it done. Self-reliance, we should not be so dependent on our government or our neighbors. Back in the day, people were far more independent and self-sufficient. That's how we all got here, folks. Grandma's root cellar saved a lot of lives, right? It was just the way. So what happens if there's no internet? What happens if no cell service? What happens if there's no power? How dependent are you? Self-sufficiency. Make sure to the best of your ability, you can take care of yourself and others. So I'm not talking about doing this because I know of some great, horrible thing that's going to come upon us. But look outside. Just like if you saw the thumbnail for this show, it's a storm. Actually, it's a pretty beautiful storm. Storm coming. Storm is in the air. What do? You go outside and you secure things that might be loose. You make sure that everything you want to keep dry is protected. Common sense, right? You don't stand out in the rain and go, "Oh my God, the storm is here." We're in a storm right now, a storm that mankind is experiencing. I want to say unlike other times, but I don't have a clear enough remembrance of those times to say that. But we're in it, peeps. We're in it. Okay, that's enough to say. So that's what this show is about today. Okay. So, okay, I have a message from here at SNG Singilil. I am so tired of battling my Christian fundamentalism, upbringing, and spouse, feeling that in my heart that what you're saying is more true, Terry. I'm scared of both going to hell and not following my gut. Well, thank you for that comment. That's beautiful. Dear one, there is no hell. There is no hell. The only hell that exists is the ones that souls can actually create for themselves. There is no hell. I was brought up a good Christian girl myself, and the church was my refuge, and I had a very troubled family. So, man, I'm there. I love Jesus. Here's the thing, that some of the things that were in that were not true. And I knew as a kid, the whole thing with hell, like, why would God want to love us and draw us into him and protect us if he's going to throw us into the burning flame of fire? No, we're here to learn and grow. We are his beloveds. We are loved beyond measure. I assure you, don't be afraid. Set the fear aside and begin to explore those thoughts and ideas. I am loved. I am a powerful soul. I am eternal. I'm here for a purpose. My purpose is love, joy, peace, strength. Begin to go through those things in your mind and strengthen yourself. And we can have big discussion about Oh, I love it. And okay, I'll put Kendra's in. My opinion is to follow your instinct and heart. Amen. Instinct is very much your perception, your knowing in your heart if something doesn't sound right, or if something isn't good, or is not part of your soul's purpose. Okay. Okay, so Amy Warrior Princess says, I stopped going to church and believing the church rhetoric a very long time ago. I knew in my soul what they were telling me was wrong. Okay, so by all means, We don't want to exclude anyone who is still going to church and is still very firm in their beliefs. Hi, Viviani. So glad you're here. We're going to talk about some things that we can do, and you can certainly do them. And if you're going if you're going through questions in your mind, I ask you to seek out counsel that your guides would lead you to. Listen, ask your guides to help show you the way. And that's for everyone, every day. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for listening to my guides, right? Okay. So, all right. Okay, wonderful. We've got some great conversations going on here, and I just love it. I'm going to get back because this is going to be a pretty big show. I'm going to get back to what we're talking about here. So things are going on, and I am not predicting, as I said, some great cataclysm that I'm going to, bust out on you today. No. We're talking about some common sense and things that we can do. And the reason being, if we've got things to do that make us feel secure, right, then we're not going to be attracted to all this worriedness that's out there. All right. Now, I'm not saying don't pray for those people that are involved in horrific circumstances. By all means, lift them up. And just as our reading at the beginning of the show said, we cannot use our power in a good way when we have blockages such as hate, judgment, and envy. And I'm going to add fear in there, okay? When we are free of those things, the higher powers can use us. Everyone in the chat and who watches this later, you are here for a purpose. Shine your light, lift your energy, visualize. I'm going to do a quick one on visualization. The guys gave me, and I love it. Leave your TV shut off, sit in front of it, and then visualize what you want to see, right? Wow. What would that be? Visualize what you want to see on the planet. Visualize what you want to see in your government, what you want to see. That's how you manifest. And that's part of why we're here. Okay? Ooh, I'm going to go back to my notes now. How's everybody doing? Okay. All right. I love it that you're chatting with each other and supporting each other. Thank you so much for everyone that's here today. Okay. So we're going to move on now. We talked about self-determination and self-reliance. Okay. So here's what I want to say. These are uncertain times. And what you can do is busy yourself with some ways to make sure that you are able to handle uncertainties, things that pop up. And they could be from all sorts of sources. The energy from the sun right now is extreme. We are experiencing solar storms and energies, CMEs like we have never experienced. We came very close about 2 or 3 days ago to having a massive solar flare hit us in the way that it did when the Carrington event happened. And you can look that all up. Anyway, that's not the cause of fear. That's just fact. Okay? So we need to be prepared for a lot of things. And this made me so good, so happy, and feel so good to take care of myself and my family. Number one, right? You can't help anybody if you can't take care of yourself, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about some practical things. First aid. We're going to talk about first aid kits. Do you have a first aid kit in your car? If you're back east right now, I hope that you know this. Have a first aid kit in your car. Have snacks in your car. And if it's cold, like it is here, you have to get snacks that are not going to freeze. But they're out there. There are energy bars out there with grains in them, and they don't freeze so easily. Have a bag of snacks in your car. In my car, I have snacks. In the summertime, I have beef jerky. I have those little packets of olives. Oh, I love those, by the way. All kinds of food in my car. I have blankets in my car. Do you have blankets in your car? If you get stuck, if something happens, if there's a tragedy way up the highway and traffic is stopped, you need to be able to take care of yourself. You could have those beautiful solar type blankets that are nice, but just a good stack of cozy blankets. I keep those in my car as well. Also, the common things like, way to start your battery, that kind of stuff. But we're going to go a little further than that. Okay. So we're going to also talk about first aid for you and your family personally. Okay. So please feel free, jump in if you have something to say or something to add. I mean, last time I did this show, I got a lot of great tips and I've used them and appreciated them since. Okay. So make your first aid kit. Now, you can buy them and you could spend a lot of money on the really good ones. Lots of times the cheap ones just have, some Band-Aids and Q-tips, and it's not going to be enough. You need a first aid kit for your car that's in there all the time. I have a little one. It's kind of in a fanny pack, but I got it packed up really good. Okay. So that's a good thing to have in your car. And then I have a big first aid kit in my home. This first aid kit, I put it in a bag that my husband just had out in the garage. I got a plastic thing from Amazon that's flat, but it has pockets in it, and then you can roll it up, and I have that rolled up and stuck in the bag. I got most of the stuff that I needed, or much of the stuff, I should say, not all of it, in my home. Extra pair of scissors, pair of tweezers, all right? Think about what you need for a good first aid kit, and I highly recommend, of course, the American Red Cross. They've got a great list online. That's how I started. I started with that. And then I began to put individual things in that my family and I personally need. Okay. Jar of bees. This is common sense. All right. So think about that as you're thinking about something to do. Keep your mind off things, make you feel secure, and be ready. You need to have water in your car. That's tough in the winter. So you should always, when you're going out to get in your car, carry a water bottle out there with you. You need to have water in your car. Okay. That's going to help if you get stuck somewhere. All right. So another thing is, I have some things that I have gotten off Amazon that are quite helpful for my big kit. And that's like, wound wash, Neosporin, those kind of things. Different types of Band-Aids. You need to have different types of wraps. Just whatever you feel like you're led to stick in that bag. Have it, and have it ready to go. Mine is portable because we camp. And so when we go camping, we have a trailer and I just grab my bag and off we go. It's fun to build one. And as you begin to build it, you'll be led to add things to it. And that's what happened with me. And I love it. I've used it many times. My husband, we were camping, cut the edge of his thumb off when he was getting our fire ready. And and I had everything right there to prepare to take him to the hospital with, wraps, that sort of thing. So you got to think about that. You never know. You never know. And also, if you have a to-go kit in your car, you may be able to help someone else. All right. So think about that. Think about your safety and your family. Hi, Bora Bora. Nice to see you. Welcome, everyone. This is a different show, and I'm really happy to have you join us. You may have seen the old ones before. The guides encouraged me to do this again. I feel like at the beginning of this show, we talked about a lot of things they wanted to add. And that is so important this time. They want me to also be sure and talk to you all about disconnect and protect. It's important to know a little bit about what's going on in the world, of course. Don't get sucked in. And, I've had to pull myself away. Put that down. Go do something else. Don't get sucked into that negative energy, okay? Knowing a little bit about what's going on is important. Absolutely. And we know about things that we need to pray about, but recognize our role in it. It's not to be absorbed with fear, because fear is not what we want to be putting out right now. We want to be putting out the powerful light of our Creator above. Okay? So, disconnect to protect. I don't know that I need to say any more. Have some peaceful music going on in your house. Have peaceful music going on in your house. When your kids come home from school, have some peaceful music playing. Sit down with them and say, "Hey, how was your day?" I know they want to run off in their room and jump on their phones or their iPads. Make a point to teach them how to disregard and also disconnect to protect. They need to understand this because, boy, this is the age of a jar of bees, right? So we need to teach them how to be calm. Okay. It's very, very important. Hi, Kumo Observer. Nice to see you. Welcome. Okay. So we talked about first aid kits. Very important because you got to be independent. You got to be self-sufficient. This will make you feel better, and you're not going to get caught in a situation where you're unprepared. Okay? So let's move on. Okay. This is the wrong season to talk about it. Grow food. Yeah, thanks, guys. It's okay, though. I do have herbs and things growing in my house, but this is for spring and summer. Okay? Grow food. If you have just a deck and you don't have a yard, grow things in pots. Have some food growing. It's really good for your soul to grow things. It's a beautiful thing. And it really, really helps make you feel like you can add some things to your own diet and your family's diet that are worthwhile. Hey, I love it. Bora Bora says, I made a first aid kit for home. Good on you, girl. Good on you. Feels good, huh? It's important. Okay. Kumo Observer is Diane G. Hey, Diane G, you know well about what I'm talking about. I think you were on the last show. You gave me a lot of good tips. So please jump in if you've got some more good tips to add to the show. Right. Thank you, Diane G. All right. Okay. So, yeah, whenever you can, grow some food. It's good for the soul. B, we need to have some supplies and some backup, which is what's coming up next. Okay. All right. So when I did this first show, there wasn't anything. I mean, we all have learned about tariffs, haven't we? There weren't any tariff worries that we had to entertain. Okay. Food prices have gone up so much. And even back then in that show, we talked about how food prices were going to go up. Okay. So this is something that we need to be aware of and we need to be prepared for. Okay. So some suggestions that I have are you need to have a little pantry area or some kind of an area where you can have food. You need to have canned food. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, remember when we used to call preppers crazy? Well, I never did. I always kind of thought it was cool. But anyway, we need to be prepared. Preppers are prepared. And there's a real art to it. And there are so many shows on YouTube that you can get into, that will really help you understand about how to do it. But in the interest of time today, we're just going to talk about when you go to the grocery store, look for perhaps a good price or a sale on canned beans, canned corn, peas. If you want to stock up on tomatoes, things like that, they have to be rotated more frequently. They don't last quite as long, but nonetheless, you can still stock them up and rotate them. And that's actually what I've got in store for myself for the rest of this week. I got to go in and look at the expiration dates on the stuff that I have and make sure I rotate that and it gets eaten in time. You don't have to have a massive pantry. I often see people's pantries on YouTube, and I'm like, "Oh, I wish I had a pantry like that." I have a little pantry, though, and I have enough food. I'm thinking I'm really close to a month now for my husband and myself and to share with my family. Um, and it's just been a little of this and a little of that, little bit at a time, okay? There are all kinds of information on YouTube about preparing a pantry and how to use it, okay? Oh, all right. I love this. Since your last show, I've started pickling green papayas. Whoa, that sounds wild. They're good and they last long. And pickling, by the way, is an easy way to preserve food. It's really simple. You don't need to go into, big preparation to do that. I love pickled carrots, pickled asparagus, and pickled green papayas. That sounds amazing. All right. And Bora Bora says, I'm shopping for a new emergency lantern or light. Excellent. We're going to get into that in just a few minutes. I can't encourage you all enough. Please, water. You've got to think about water. Okay. Now, I remember when I used to think, oh, well, you got a river right down there. I don't need to worry about water. And then one winter, a pipe broke in our little town and we had to boil water. And since then, I've been very aware of items that you can get. And Life Straw is my favorite. I highly recommend it. I'm not associated with any of these things I'm going to advise you to look into. Life Straw. I have like a little Go cup that has a Life Straw in it. So that goes in my car if I have any issues and I need water. That's going to purify water for me. There are water purifiers available. I have a water pitcher that I take camping with us. And we also have a water, it's a gravity fed water system. That's for emergency cases where you can hang it in a tree, put water in it, and then it has a little hose and you can get your purified water out. Life Straw. Not only that, but they also donate some of their profits to other countries for assisting them with clean water. And I love that. Right? Okay. So we're going to talk about that. But water, water, water. Yes. And don't forget your pets when you're planning on storing water. Now, don't store your water next to any chemicals. Okay. So if you have a few gallons of water or something that you've tucked away, don't store it next to, your bleach or chemicals, because believe it or not, that can pollute your water. That was something I learned that on the internet that did not know. I did not know. Okay. So we're going to go on. So we've got extra food and pure water. Okay. Think about that. Now, also, I forgot, I'll back it up. I have an emergency bag for myself. I also have an emergency bag for my dogs. I have 2 big golden retrievers. Oh, love them so much, my little fur babies. Okay. So in that bag, I have, like if you have an old collar or leash that you needed to get a new one, I tuck those in there just in case we lose what we have. I also have some food. I also have some dog essential medicines, things for, and if you have a dog, you might know about this, hot spots, things like that can happen with your dog. Have a little emergency pack for your dog. And also, as I learned off the last show, be sure to have a record of your dog's vaccinations with you. In case you're on the go, you grab your go bag, and we'll talk about that too, and you grab your dog's emergency bag and your emergency bag. Okay. So that if you have to go to a place for shelter, you have a record of your dog's vaccinations, and they're going to want that. So, yes. Whew, a lot of information to squeeze into this amount of time. I hope that you're enjoying it. And, you can watch it later and take notes. Okay. So now we've got water, we've got food, we've got protection in a bag for our dogs, And we're going to move on to the ability to cook food. Now, okay, so we talked about, what are we going to do if there's no cell service? Okay, you need to have a plan with your family. If the cell service goes down for a certain amount of time, for a long period of time where it's a concern, what do we do? Okay, you may need to have meeting places arranged, things like that. Not to be afraid. Be aware. Don't be scared. Be aware. Okay. So that's a really great thing, right? Um, so you need to have these kind of things. Now, if you're preparing, you need to think about the big picture. So if you look into information about the electrical grid in the United States of America, the experts will say it's not if it's going to happen, it's when. Okay. So there's all kinds of reasons we may be denied power. And as we all know, we're pretty darn dependent on it, right? So we have to have things to prepare ourselves if we have to go without power. Hence the lantern. Yay, Bora Bora. Solar lanterns, headlamps, flashlights, extra batteries. I have flashlights under my bed. Also, a good thing to remember, keep a pair of shoes right by your bed in case you need to jump up and get out. Okay? Your shoes are right there. Get your shoes on. All right? And we're going to talk about that again in our go bag issue. But let's focus in on this because the power's out. What do you do? Okay? In the winter, you need to have a way to heat your house, right? And there are things on the internet to help you with this. You can tape up plastic on your windows. Create one room that's going to be the warm room. And you've got to have a way to power it up. Now, one Christmas, my husband and I looked at each other and said, I don't know what I need. And he said, I don't know what I need. And we said, let's get a solar generator. And we did. And we love it. And it's great. And you can also, I recommend Jackery. Get one of these little guys. Okay. So you can charge this up in your house. As you can see, it's got plugs there. Okay. And it can also charge in your car. We take it camping. We love it. Get a way to charge your phone. Get a way to have light. You need to have all these things in mind. Think of a scenario, not in fear, being aware. Think of a scenario and then say, okay, here's what we could do. Okay, here's what I'm going to need. Okay. And we'll go on with that. All right. So these are things that you can make a list and get your kids involved. Hey, guys, we're going to make a camping kit or we're going to make an adventure kit, something like that. Get them involved. They'll love it. Okay. So you do need to have an ability to cook food. I live where I could just go out and start a campfire and go to my barbecue and cook my food. If you are in the city and you cannot do that, I highly advise that you have some kind of a power source in case there is no power and maybe a little cooking plate. And you can find those easily online. Usually they're not too expensive. You don't have to have the fanciest one available. Okay. So these are things we need to think of. Got to have a way to heat up that food. It doesn't hurt also to have a lot of food that doesn't need heating up. Okay. Energy bars, as I said, olives, things like that you can just eat without having to cook. Okay. I'm going through this so quickly, but I'm hoping what it'll encourage you to do is maybe busy your mind with some of this instead of all the chaos that's going on out there. All right. Okay. So, solar generators, solar lanterns, solar flashlights, solar headlamps, and please don't feel like you have to have everything solar. You want to have some things that operate on batteries. So be sure to have extra batteries. They go on sale at Costco and you can grab some batteries for the future. Okay. We talked about your water purifiers. We talked about your car, having your car with an emergency kit, blankets, food, and water, and keep your car gassed up. Keep your car gassed up. Okay. And yes, Bora Bora says she is currently stocking up on food. Good on you, girl. All right. That's great. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, keep your car full of gas. Sometimes that's not so easy, but it is very important and it makes common sense, right? And so you're only down a quarter. Go fill it up. You don't have to stand outside for so long, right? It's only a quarter of a tank. Keep that car full of gas. That makes a lot of sense, especially in these unpredictable weather events that are happening. We need to be prepared. Okay. So then we're going down to the go bag. Okay. So I live in a mountain area. And as I said in my previous shows where we discussed this, I've been evacuated twice and almost evacuated 3 times. Fire's our thing. Now, in other areas, hurricanes, tornadoes, I mean, the weather is extremely unpredictable right now. It's not following normal patterns. In fact, where I live, and we usually have 3 to 4 feet of snow by now, it's dry as a bone. I'm trying not to worry about that, and I'm praying every day for snow. So you've got to have a way to. Cecilia wants to know if you'll lose power in an ice storm. Blessings and love to you, dear. I can't predict that. I wouldn't. I'd be, there's all kinds of psychic mediums and all kinds of predictions all over. But what I would advise to you is we're going to talk about spirituality and discernment here in just a few minutes. Learn to trust your discernment and your gut. Trust your gut. If you feel like that might happen, I would advise you to prepare. And like I said, not out of fear. What can I do? Let me see. You might have a lot of things that you need and gather them up and be surprised at how much you have in your home and how ready you really are. Okay? Thank you for your comment. And, blessings to you and protection to you, dear. So let's see. I got sidetracked. Go back. Okay. All right. A go bag. A go bag is so important. I actually just bought a brand new one off Amazon, pretty cheap, that I absolutely love. A go bag. You need a bag in case you do not have time. Let's say you've got all this stuff. I know you want to be sure to grab like your first aid kit or have one in your car, as I said, but you may need to skedaddle. What are you going to grab? A go bag. A go bag should have your passport. Definitely your passport. You want to have ID in your go bag. You want to have the essentials, toothpaste, toothbrushes, an extra pair of glasses, socks. I mean, so the one I'm set up for is my husband and I. And I found this backpack on Amazon that is also airline approved. So I don't know, we may have to fly somewhere, who knows? But you can carry it as a suitcase, or it has a way to slip it over your shoulders and carry it as a backpack, just in case you have to skedaddle. Have some snacks in there, okay? And we're going to talk about a big one here in just a few minutes. Have some snacks in there. Make sure you've got seasonal clothing in there, okay? Socks, shirts, pants, and an extra pair of shoes. And then, use the small ones. You don't have to put giant boots in there, but these are things you need to have in case you have to go. Any medicines that you may need to have, either have them nearby or in a bag that you can just grab and throw in your go bag. Okay. You need to be ready if you have to scoot. And, I don't know. There's all kinds of things happening right now, and we need to be ready. Go bag. Very important. If you go on the internet, you'll see lots of channels that are telling you what you can put in your go bag. Okay. So we'll cut it short just a little bit here because we're going to start talking about money. Cash, cold hard cash, the good old sock drawer. Okay. Under your mattress cash. You need to have cash. Now let's talk about that. Okay. So yes, you should have a stash of cash in your home, but you also need a stash of cash in your go bag. Makes perfect sense, right? If you have to go with your go bag and the power's out, stores or a limited amount of backup power are not going to be able to take your credit card. You're going to need to have cash. Have cash set aside. Have cash in smaller bills. Uh, uh, a bunch of $100 bills may not get you very far because nobody can give you change, maybe, right? So have cash stashed. Stash it in your home, of course, but also stash it in that go bag in case you have to go. You're going to have some backup cash. Who knows? And get creative. There may be a lot of things that I haven't even touched on that you're going to put in your go bag. And maybe we'll do another discussion about this some other time. I would love to see what you all are up to in your prepping. And Cecilia 3335. I didn't post this earlier, but I'll stick that up. She is preparing. Good. Good, good, good. So if you lose power in that ice storm, be prepared. And I really appreciate you jumping in on this conversation. Bora Bora says there's huge snow and ice predicted starting around this weekend. Texas. I saw that. I'm like, Texas is getting my snow. I don't understand. Be prepared for that, though, okay? Because it's really important. It's really important. Don't be afraid. Be aware. Just like that thumbnail that says the time is now. The time is now. Be aware of what's happening and your surroundings, but not afraid. And don't dive into fear and judgment, okay? And we're going to get into some serious spiritual stuff here in just a few minutes. Okay, I'm double checking my list. Okay. We have done pretty well. Okay, here's something for if you have a family and the power goes out. I forgot to mention this. Think about the power being out, and you've got your family. That did happen to us with our grandkids in our home. You got to be able to let them know everything's okay. So be calm. You may not know why it's out or how long it's going to be out. Just be calm. Go, hey, you know what? Your mom and dad are prepared. Oh, hey, Gigi and Pop Pop are prepared. And we've got things for us to do. That's where I do have this beautiful picture. I wish I could show you a picture of my husband and my granddaughter, and they both got their little headlamps on, and he's reading her a book. We have so much that we can teach them. We have so much that we can show them. And all of this is about appreciating who you are as a soul and digging into that spiritual strength that you have. Okay? So books for children, games, musical instruments. Yeah. Have you got a guitar, a harmonica, something to keep everybody's mind busy? You can even have a deck of cards and use your headlamps and have a card game. I happen to have a card game rule book handy, just so there's no arguments about the rules. I love it. Kendra says, improvise. You're so right. Think of a scenario and then go, oh yeah, I could do this. Your guides will help you, by the way. Ask them to inspire you and show you things that you can do. I guarantee you. Okay. It's really, really going to help. Okay. Oh, I'll get back there. Take that down. Okay. All right. Oh, I've lost the thing that tells me I can delete that, but okay. Oh, there it is. Hello. Oh, I hope I don't sound too scattered, but it's a lot of information to pack in here. But each and every one of you, I am so glad that you are here. I am so appreciating your ideas. Okay. And we're coming up on the hour now. And what do we got left? Oh, okay. The guides, and I said this in my future show, this is from their guidance 3 years ago. Healthy habits. I was writing down, I was channeled writing what they wanted me to say. And I burst out laughing when they said healthy habits. I'm like, oh man. Okay, healthy habits. Keep yourself healthy. Keep your family healthy. Try. It's not easy, but it's really important. Don't sit and stress. Hydrate. Be healthy. Be as strong as you can be. Work out. Okay. YouTube. If you have YouTube, there is a channel called HasFit, HASFIT. I love it. They have exercises there for seniors. They have exercises for people to do in their chair. They're wonderful. They're encouraging. Just, 5 minutes. Go check it out. They really have easy and quick ways to work out, and I love them. And I definitely got into lifting weights with them, and it's helped me a lot. It's helped me spiritually and physically to feel strong. You got to be strong and realize who you are, right? You're a powerful soul. You have many options. You're not limited. You're not trapped, and you don't have to be afraid. Okay. So be healthy. Okay. Try to eat healthy foods. We don't all eat healthy all the time. I'm guilty of that for sure. But try to eat good, fresh food that you know is good for you. Okay. All right. So let's see. We are going to reiterate our peace, peaceful power, peaceful power. The peace that passes all understanding, right? Peaceful power. When you get up in the morning, have some gratitude. I developed this lovely habit. I shouldn't say I developed it. I think my guides gave it to me. Okay, all right, they did. I go to my window because I go to my window and open up the shades for the plants to have light. I now open up the shades for the plants to have light. When I first wake up, I look to where the sun rises and I say, thank you, great creator, for this beautiful lifetime on planet Earth. And thank you for another day. Bless us. Fill us with love, joy, peace, and light and strength. So it is. There you go. It take 2 minutes when you wake up and open your eyes. I know busy moms, you don't have a lot of time. Thank you for this day. Bless my family. Right? It's okay. I love David G, Davidji, my favorite guy to meditate with on YouTube. All kinds of 10-minute, 30-minute, 20 minutes, whatever you got time for. Okay. But I love this saying, RPMs, rise, pee, and meditate. If you've got just a few minutes to close your eyes, take some deep breaths. Think about who you are. Thank you, Bora Bora. That is correct. Has fit. Think about who you are. Think about the power that resides within you. Ask your guides. That's kind of how I found out about HasFit. They led me right to them. I'm like, perfect. There's so many things that we can have at our assistance. And I'll tell you this, when you came to this planet, you came with everything that you needed to experience this lifetime. Yeah, it's been rough, but you've been watched over. You've been guided. You've been protected. You've been led to this very day, at this very moment in time. You're surrounded with people like us. Communities support each other. You are never alone. Never alone. We're not alone facing this. And that's not the plan. The plan is for us to unite together and raise the energy on the planet at this time. Huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And thank you, David G. There you go. I've been following him for years. It's just a really good way to get into meditating if you have a few minutes. So remember, too, that even a 5-minute meditation, breathing, We have the breathing method that we call the fours. You breathe in for 4, you hold it for 4, you let it out, you let it go for 4, and then you breathe in again. This tunes you in. This calms down your body, mind, and spirit. That is the goal, my dear ones out there. That's the goal. Plug into the power source. Plug into the power source. It's there for you, and it's there to guide you. And I believe that all of us, for a number of years now, had this awakening, this cascade of communication and information coming to us from our guides. If you're tuning in, if you're tuning into your energies, you may sense protective, angelic presences around you. Explore that, right? We don't need to explore what's on TV. Explore that. We are able to survive and thrive and help those around us at this point in time. There you go. That's it. Let me check my notes again. Oh, okay. Oh, geez. I didn't talk about the golden suitcase. I'm going to talk about it real quick. Golden suitcase. All right. So what happens if the power's out for a long time? My husband collects suitcases. I got this beautiful little golden metallic suitcase from him that I filled with books. Here's one, the Survival Medicine Handbook. Okay? Learn about it. It's great. What do we do when no help is coming? Okay? It gives you security in your heart and mind to know that I've got information for this, especially if you have no cell phone and no cell service to tell you what to do. And, there are things that you can get at the secondhand store. Smoking salmon and trout. What if? What if it goes for a while? Right? You go out in the river, catch a trout, smoke it up. You may have seen this one. This one's advertised online. I love it. The Doctor's Book of Survival Home Remedies. Things like that. Very interesting read to busy your mind with, and not all this other stuff. So the golden suitcase has a crank radio. My family knows about the golden suitcase. My grandkids know about the golden suitcase. If there's some kind of thing where we got to hightail it, it's in the golden suitcase. You need some information? It's in the golden suitcase. Wow. I can't believe we squeezed all that in an hour. And Bora Bora, blessings to you, dear. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your contributions, each and every one of you. This has been a really different show, and I'm sure many people kind of popped in and went, what's this? But those of you who did were meant to pop in and get this information. I love it. Okay. Oh, and all right. I want to say again that each and every one of you blessed this show with your presence. And I'm looking back and just sending love and light to all of you. And if you are someone who tuned in quietly or lurked quietly and you want to have a personal question answered, we didn't even get into discernment, and maybe I'll do it on my next show just briefly at the beginning. But now is the time to really honor and hone your discernment. You can look at something and go, the vibration from that is not for me. It'll help you. The more you communicate with your guides, the more they will communicate with you. And you'll see signs and you'll learn to know them. You'll learn to know them in your heart and you'll discern, yes, this is a message from my guides. I'm listening. Okay? So let's don't forget that either. I'm going to put some banners up here. So, if you enjoyed this video, and I'll be interested to see how many of you give me a like. It's been unusual. It's something that, as I said, when the guides tell me to do something, man, I do it. there's people out there that need this information, and it's always good for me to go over it too. Really think about it. So, comments after the show, please, and thank you. And those you watch later, if you have any other ideas or input, put them in the comments after the show. Always check those out, and I might post them in the next show. Okay. So, also, you can book a private reading with me. Let's see. Do I have that? Maybe I don't. Book a private reading with me anyway. purevisionarypsychic.com. I give hour-long readings, and you can pick your subjects. You can come in with a list of questions, and we have a whole hour to talk about your energy, the energy surrounding you, answers to your questions, answers from your guides and angels. So keep that in mind too. If you'd like, that's great. And also, I want to say you can join me on Thursday. I usually come on Wednesdays, but I do have an appointment on. Oh, that's another thing. I have an appointment next Wednesday. Be sure to keep up on your doctor's appointments. Keep your health good. Keep your dental appointments up, everybody. Take care of yourself. You're important. You are irreplaceable. So remember that, okay? So join me on Thursday, January 29th, 5 Eastern, 4 Central, 3 Mountain, and 2 Pacific. And those will be questions about you. Personal questions, guides and angels, past lives, information from your pets, mediumship readings from your loved ones. I'll be here for you next Thursday. Please join me then. And once again, I can't tell you thank you, thank you, thank you enough for everything that you have done for us today and that you've done for each other. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you for posting that. Yes, thank you. And thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Zach says, I cherish your guidance. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Well, I cherish all of you out there. As I said, we're all one. We are. And we're all light beings on the planet at this time. Hey, pat yourself on the back. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, you are amazing. We're going to get through this. And not only are we going to get through it, we're going to thrive and survive and help those around us and spread the information that we are. And I got to say it because this is how I end all of my shows. You are loved beyond measure. Please don't forget that. You are loved, protected, and guided. You are cherished beyond measure. Go forward, and I'll see you next Thursday. Take care. Bye-bye.